Hello, and welcome to Reality TV News Update, where you'll find the most recent news, entertaining moments, and exclusive behind-the-scenes content. When you purchase through links on our site, we may earn an affiliate commission. The process is as follows. Now that the jury phase has begun, I'm comfortable saying the Big Brother Season 26 is the best season of the game I've seen in a decade. In many ways, it's the season that keeps on giving. And I feel like Jocasta Odom from Season 16 is finally getting to receive after being a devoted fan for years. Those streaming Big Brother may have an idea, but others may be curious about what sets this season apart from some of the more recent ones. For those who know, as well as those who don't and may want to catch up with a Paramount Plus subscription, here's what has me loving Season 26 of Big Brother. The AI until the eviction. Arena kept the houseguests strategizing. I had no idea how much I would have loved the AI because I've seen so many twists fail. At the beginning of the season in the arena, after seeing it in action and how it kept houseguests actively campaigning and strategizing until the live show each week, I've advocated for making it a permanent fixture in the game. Surprisingly, houseguest Joseph Rodriguez even agreed it was a great twist, though he did have some gripes about how it could be improved. Houseguests are prioritizing their games over the HOH's wishes. Personally, I love that the houseguests didn't know who they were evicting until the very last minute. This lets us see what can happen between the competition and the vote. This season, fans have made fun of Quinn Martin's two head of household reigns blowing up in front of him. But it really isn't his fault. Unlike previous seasons, houseguests aren't really letting the HOH rule the roost, and only aligning with the whole H's goals provided it also serves their own game. It's led to the veto being used a record-breaking amount of times in this season, and every player constantly advocating for a change of plans that better suits what they would like to do. Voting against the house has no risk. No one likes to be on the wrong side of the vote in Big Brother, but it certainly hasn't stopped houseguests from doing it constantly this season. This season, there has not been a single unanimous eviction, even if it was a formality some weeks. Also, I always thought it was silly to vote against the house, but few people have been punished for it. I understand the need to find ways to target individuals, but I always thought that focusing on the vote choice would only result in more uniformity in the future, which is ultimately detrimental to houseguests when they arrive on the block. There is drama, but not the kind that is problematic. Big Brother has had a lot of problematic moments it would surely rather its fans forget, but that has largely been absent in Season 26. At the same time, the house hasn't been the peaceful, loving vibes of Season 23. There has been a lot of tension. With her attack on Matt Hardman, Angela Murray set the tone, and it seems like there is at least one major argument between houseguests every week. It's refreshing to see some drama that does not involve slurs or other actions that could force a houseguest to leave the game. Equity in the competition gives everyone a chance to win the game. Big Brother competitions have frequently favored the young and powerful houseguests over the past decade. Provided they had good stamina and an athletic build, many players could thrive with little social strategy and simply get to the end of the game by being a comp beast. While Tucker Des Lauriers may fit the bill of that for Season 26, we also have Angela and Kenny Kelly, who between the two of them, so far have won 2 head of households and 1 veto despite being the oldest people in the house. There have been interesting shifts in the game and less predictable outcomes as a result of the increased diversity in competition wins. The popular strategies that previous house guests have imitated have been abandoned by the guests. It wasn't until I watched Big Brother Season 16 for the first time that I realized how much Derek Levasseur impacted the modern game. His textbook strategy of keeping a low profile and allowing others to make moves that benefited him inspired a generation of players to follow and try and emulate that same strategy. I think there are people in Big Brother Season 26 who thought they were playing a similar game, but none have really effectively done so. There's really no other way to say it. But the majority of houseguests are playing the game messily, which has resulted in a lot of drama and fun, even if it isn't so great for their game. Houseguests are actually being blindsided on eviction night. Previous houseguests who played in other Big Brother seasons saw it as a common courtesy to let a houseguest know they were going home before the live eviction. I'm sure that would have happened in Season 26 if it wasn't for the AI. Arena, as there was little upside in informing someone they were leaving if you didn't know with certainty that they would still be on the block after AI. Arena. Brooklyn Rivera discovered that the hard way when she attempted to prepare Rubina Burnap for an eviction that never took place, which ultimately resulted in her being evicted the following week. Let's continue the trend of blindsides because they make for great television. The House isn't being steamrolled by Majority Alliance. One thing I don't think Quinn gets enough credit for in season 26 is squashing the idea that a Majority Alliance can run the game. He demonstrated to all House guests that they can undermine an alliance if they are not at the top of it by selling out the Pentagon and collective. Now we're kind of at a point where it seems no one really trusts more than a couple of people, which has been great for this season and prevented the usual steamroll of House guests outside the Majority Alliance being systematically sent home each week. My one and only issue this season? There is no way to rewind live feeds. If I had to pick one thing I didn't like about this Big Brother season, it would be that Paramount Plus stifled the live feed experience with its update. This means that we can't go back to a point in the live feeds where we were before, as we could in previous seasons. If you live in the Eastern Time Zone, you're forced to rely on video clips shared on social media to see important conversations that happened while you're asleep. It's very aggravating because it's much harder to get the full story on House events this season. And there's always the chance of bias from the person sharing what happened, or the clip not showing the full conversation. Give us back the ability to watch the feeds on our own, especially since people are still showing clips. One complaint aside, I'm still as eager as ever to watch Big Brother on Wednesdays and Thursdays at 8 p.m. ET and on Sundays at 9 p.m. ET. I'm almost afraid that stating that the second half of this season should be a blast will jinx it.